This is my 2022 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor, and today we're going to be installing a full Westin wraparound. Before we go ahead and take off the bumper, we're going to have to go ahead and cut this off right over here, as well as 1/2 inch here. Same thing on this side, and then we're going to have to make 2 hole saw cuts on each side of the bumper here. That's how it's going to look after you're done. Westin provides you with exactly where you're going to have to drill your holes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that piece of paper up there, and then we're going to go ahead and get drilling. After we go ahead and put the paper up on the bumper and line it up like it's supposed to be on both sides, we're going to grab our 1.5 inch hole saw. We're going to go ahead and cut wherever that circle is. Before I go ahead and make my hole saw cut, I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill it. So that's going to look after. Well, that's how it's going to look like. Now we're going to have to go ahead and do that to the other 3 holes we got. After we go ahead and we make our holes, we're going to go ahead and take off the front bumper. In order to go ahead and remove the bumper, we're going to have to take the bolts off of here. There's some push pins. We're going to get ourselves a 7mm socket and take off all these bolts. After we remove our 7mm bolts, we're going to go ahead and take the push pins off. Push this fender liner back so we can get access to back here. So now after you go ahead and remove those bolts and push pins from there, you're going to go ahead and take that bolt out right there, which is a 7mm, same as that one right there. You're going to go ahead and do that on both sides. So after you go ahead and remove those 2 bolts from there, you're going to go underneath. And you got all these bolts that go on the undercarriage. You're going to go ahead and take all those out. Those are all 7mm. 2 10mm bolts up in there. You're going to go ahead and take off. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these 4 10mm bolts, and then the bumper will come down. After the bumper's dropped, we're going to have to go ahead and trim up the radiator airflow chutes. I'm going to do 4.5 inches over and 2.5 inches up. We do that on both sides, same as the bottom one. We're going to have to do that because that's where the push bar bracket's going to go, right here and there. Here's how the radiator chutes are going to look after. I trimmed it up here, trimmed it up here. Now we're able to install the brackets on the crash bar. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is put this bracket here. That goes to the crash bar just so I can get a reference where it's going to sit. After you go ahead and put everything together, this is how it's going to look like. We're going to go ahead and do it on this side. Now after both brackets are installed, we're going to go ahead and put the bumper back on and make sure everything fits. Alright, bumper was able to fit, the brackets fit. Now we're going to go ahead and take the bumper off and start with the pit bar brackets. Now we're going to go ahead and take this, put that there, and this will go there. You have to remove these 2 bolts for this bracket to go on for the pit bars, and then you're going to use the same factory bolts. It'll look something like that. Once you have everything installed, you're going to go ahead and put the bumper back on. After the bumper's back on, you can go ahead and put in the push bar, pit bar bracket mounts, and screw them in. After you go ahead and install both pit bars, you're going to go ahead and install the wing wrap. We're simply just going to go ahead and put that end piece there, and we're going to screw it up onto the push bar. This is what you're left with.